What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are discussing the absolute best Pokemon cards to invest in under $50. I've spent a lot of time studying this market, finding the best plays. You are going to want to watch this video in its entirety. Before we get started, right here, guys, subscribe. We are so close to hitting 3,000 subscribers. Seeing that growth motivates me to make more videos. Seeing you guys like the videos also tells me you want to see more of it. Anytime you want to buy factory sealed Pokemon cases or just sealed product, check out my website, PokeKingShop.com. Here's the site right here. We got a ton of awesome items. If you guys just hit under the Pokemon tab, you'll have all of our individual products for sale. If you hit factory sealed cases, a lot of people have been asking, where can you buy factory sealed cases? Just hit that tab right there. A lot of stuff is selling out super quick. First partners are sold out. Prismatic SBCs just sold out. Deluxe pins, but there's still a ton of other awesome items. Booster box cases, booster bundle cases. If you're a long-term investor looking to get some awesome product at very good pricing and also from a trusted source. Most importantly, when you are buying expensive sealed cases for the long haul, you want to make sure that it's coming from a trusted source just so you don't get ripped off. Check out our website. Helps obviously directly support the channel. But yeah, let's get going. We have Riolu Scarlet Violet base, and you know, the Pokemon franchise has just had such a big emphasis on Lucario, and a lot of people don't see the market in the way that I do. You know, I look at specialty sets like Crown Zenith, which had the Lucario as the poster child. Then I look at even the introduction of the Mega Evolution block. Again, Mega Lucario on the ETBs, promo Riolu. But this is not an ETB promo. This is actually the set card, first ever set in the Scarlet Violet block. It's a historic set because it's the first era to introduce gray border Pokemon cards. And this Riolu right here, the fact that it's under 100 is just crazy to me. I look at other illustration rares in the set, like the Drowsy, like the Slowpoke, on which raw value is climbing close to 100 because there's massive arbitrage. You buy a raw copy, $50 to $100 range. You send it off for grading, and if it lands at 10, you are able to sell it for hundreds, sometimes even $1,000 if it is one of those most noticeable ones like the Drowsy. But those are already, that pricing's already baked in. People recognize that arbitrage opportunity. Riolu's next on the chopping block. And I know here we're looking at light play copies. These are in the like $35, $40 range. You add $5 or $10, you get near mint. My personal recommendation is get near mint because near mint is going to have the biggest return on investment over the long haul as these cards age. But just looking at this pricing history, I mean, this hit a low of about 20 and it's nearly doubled. It still has a lot of room to run. I know for certain after the 30th anniversary, the Pokemon Company is going to introduce yet another Lucario set. I don't know if it's going to be the main focus, but there is definitely going to be another Lucario card. And this being the starter evolution, it just kind of solidifies this as an investment. This card's already very old. It's out of print, out of rotation, can no longer get it. 2023. You already have 3 years of time, and during 3 years to only double in price is, for how hot the market has been, it's pretty stagnant movement. I know you're looking at the chart here and you're seeing in the past 3 to 6 months it's making big uptrends, but this is still nowhere near its fair value, which is why it is going to be an awesome investment. Now, shifting focus again a little later in Scarlet Violet, but the early Scarlet Violet is where I see some of the biggest opportunity for singles investing. This Steelix from Paradox Rift is one of my absolute favorites. Construction site Steelix, this just resonates with everybody. It's a Pokemon in a real life setting, building buildings, skyscrapers. You know, this resonates with dads who may work construction or just people who want a very vibrant Pokemon card in a cool setting. We have other examples like this, but not so much more now that we are in the Mega era. But back in early Scarlet Violet, these cards were a little bit more prominent. The fact that this is still under $50 is crazy to me. I look at this card right here. This should instantly be a $100 card. I, to this day, have had all of my Steelix cards. I've not sold any. I remember when they opened out at the gate. We're probably not going to see it here on the history. Let's see, this one's showing in the last year, 22. I remember this was about like a $7 or $8 card, and people were just fire sailing it, and I couldn't understand why, because when this set came out, there was 2 illustration rares, Groudon and Steelix, which were my absolute favorites, and I just refused to sell any copies. I was buying both English, both Japanese, and this continues to be an extremely good choice. Moving on forward, Alolan Exeggutor from Surging Sparks. The fact that this is one of the best SIRs next to the Pikachu, the Latias, and it's only $40, is crazy to me. You get the rainbow border, very awesome, vibrant artwork. You got the palm trees in the background. Just everything about this card is unique. Comes from a very good set. This one's not early Scarlet Violet. This is actually towards the end of the Scarlet Violet block, but nonetheless, Surging Sparks. It is a A-list set, and you know, $40. Again, it's mispriced. The market's having a hard time valuing it. It was $35, dropped to 26. Now it's rebounding. It's having a V-shaped recovery here. But this, again, should at least be a $70 to $80 card. I do believe that illustration rares like this should be more expensive just because it is a lot older. And also, there's just massive premium on getting like a PSA 10 copy. Now, obviously, this card in a PSA 10 will also be super, super expensive. But again, a SIR, one of the highest rarities that you could pull to be under 50, it's just a screaming buy. Exeggutor is a very popular card to hit out of this set. My biggest recommendation, though, is if you are buying these, near mint on TCG, somebody could sell you like a 7 condition out of 10. I would really be targeting at least like an 8 or a 9 raw copy. Obviously, it would be nice to find potential 10 candidates, but the better condition, the closer to mint that you could get without paying too much more over market, is going to just serve you well in the long haul. My biggest recommendation, if you are buying these cards, is to buy them on eBay, because on eBay you could actually see the front and back of the card. If you guys hit this link right here in my video description, my eBay store, you hit that link, it's going to direct you to my website right here. This is our eBay store. You do not have to buy anything from me. Just by clicking on this link, you are supporting the channel, and then go to the search bar, type whatever card you want to buy, but just make sure to click that link prior, because it helps support the channel at no additional cost to you. And like I said, I do recommend eBay. I try to buy most of my cards on eBay because I want to know exactly what I'm getting. So being able to see a front or back picture, scan, it helps me when purchasing my cards, and it's something that I recommend all viewers to do the same. Not to say that TCG is a bad place, but I've had more bad experiences on here than I have had on eBay, and I think eBay, now taking a deeper interest in the collectibles market, they have awesome programs like eBay Authenticity Guarantee for more expensive cards and things like that. So I definitely do recommend it. Be sure to check that out. Shifting focus here, back to Paradox Rift, Garchomp EX. This is the top SIR, very cool. Turquoise blue colors in the background. Garchomp, again, under 50 is just crazy to me. It's one of the top hits. Paradox Rift, as it continues to get older and older, it is going to be a $400 or $500 box. One of the top hits. It has no right being $40. Has just absolutely no right being this price point. Past year, it's gone up, it's gone down. The market is having a hard time finding where to value this. I look at a card like this, and this should easily be $70, $70, $80. Not saying we're immediately going to go to 100, but a quick double up from here is very, very possible. And, Garchomp is a popular Pokemon. It really is. It's not as highly valued as like a Gengar or an Umbreon, but it is definitely a better Pokemon. And for the fact to this be like on the same level price-wise as Alolan Exeggutor, which is from a much newer set, this is 4 sets later, it's just mispriced. Another great investment right here, under 50. Best of breed in Twilight Masquerade. Outside of the Greninja, what do you really have? I mean, Bloodmoon Ursaluna at 50 is just a screaming buy. You got Munchlax, Teddy Ursa, very cool card. You got the Honey, awesome cyborg-looking Grizzly Bear. Cool card, not something you're going to get anytime soon. If you want it, get it. I think this card's value is going to trend up also as people are buying the Greninja from Chaos Rising. They're going to try to collect other Greninja cards. Then they're going to look to the Greninja out of Twilight Masquerade and also the Greninja promo that we had during Shrouded Fable. But all of these kind of sets, when they connect together, when that demand shifts from people entering with Chaos Rising, they like the Greninja. Where else can I buy Greninja? Then they start exploring Twilight Masquerade. They're looking at the set list of Twilight Masquerade. They'll see that the Greninja is way too expensive, $700, whatever the price may be, way too expensive. Well, hey, while I'm looking at Twilight Masquerade, what else is a cool card? This card right here, $50. Much cheaper, still an SIR. This one actually has been ticking up a little bit in price. We had a low of about 35. Up to 46, but still under 50. At least should be a $100 card, especially as Twilight Masquerade is not getting any more reprints. It is out of rotation. They did one reprint of ETBs. It brought the prices down to about $70 in ETB. Some people were fire sailing them at $60. Now we are like $120, $130 in ETB, with a case premium going as high as $140, $150 in ETB. I just see the price of the sealed product going up, and it's crazy to me that a top contender hit is not really moving in that same direction. That signals to me that it's a screaming buy. Now, I wanted to show you guys back to Journey Together, because this is one that lately has been getting actually a lot of attention. Journey Together for the longest time was considered a weaker set, but then Perfect Order came out. People recognized that, hey, actually the illustration rares and the SIRs in Journey Together are pretty good. And what that caused, if we look at this past chart here, let's do past 6 months, is it caused an overall increase in sealed product for Journey Together, but not for the singles. So 6 months, you're down 13%. Past year, you're down 24%. And that's kind of counterintuitive, because if the sealed product is getting more expensive, then in theory, the contents inside, aka the hit cards, should be going up. Instead, what's happening is they've gone down. That, again, signals a buying opportunity for the singles. Not necessarily the sealed product. I don't think you could go wrong buying the sealed product, but, this opened out at $75, and now we're down in the $50 range. This is a really good buy. Another card that I could easily see being $150. You can't really lose much more, because it is the highest rarity and it's going down in price. These are the types of cards that are best of breed. They should not be going down in price. That signals to me a really good buying opportunity. Now, this is going to be one of my favorites in the video. I've made a few videos about this illustration rare, Destined Rivals. I think the first time I introduced it was about $30. We're now averaging about a $40 to $45 value. This is the Destined Rivals Lapras, but now I am doubling down. I have even more bullish belief in this card, because they just released leaks of the 30th anniversary. We have this confirmed Lapras. When I saw this, I instantly said to myself, this is going to be one of my favorite cards. I don't think we're going to get anything cooler than this. You get the Psyduck right here, little cameo, just Shaman right here. Awesome, awesome artwork. This Lapras, when it comes out, is going to cause this one to go in an absolute frenzy. People are going to want to have both. This right now, I think I initially said about $60, $70 value, easily over $100 at this point. This Destined Rival one's going to continue going up. You're still able to find near mint copies under $50. Screaming buy, not much more that needs to be said on this one. And also, I want to discuss this Zorua. This is another one from White Flare that I've made videos about, and I'm also increasing my position in not only the Lapras, but also the Zorua, because in the same way that we had this Lapras, we also have a Zorua coming for 30th anniversary. This is the artwork. Love the colors on it. This is sick. When this comes out, everybody is going to go back and they're going to be buying Zorua cards. And this one from White Flare is one that a lot of people are not going to have, because it is not a promo. It is actually an illustration rare that you could hit out of the set. Again, anything under 50 on this is a screaming buy. This one is going to age like fine wine. You get the awesome moon, very vibrant colors. It matches perfectly with this one. Whoever is going to be buying the Hisuian Zorua will want to have the regular one, and this one from White Flare is probably going to be the best contender. Not too much history going on this card. I think there's, not too many listings to begin with, only about 20 listings. I think here we're looking at lightly played, but, definitely pay up for near mint. With these illustration rares or special illustration rares, you definitely want to be getting near mint condition. That is going to be the best bet. But yeah, that is just some of my favorite picks, best Pokemon cards to invest in under $50. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Again, if you do want to support the channel, anytime you're buying these cards on eBay, hit that link and then go about your shopping. It helps support the channel at no additional cost. If you want sealed product, visit my website. But most importantly, if you guys are long-term investors, if we have any serious players watching this video who like sealed products, we have two different tiers, starter and elite. I just want to make mention of this, because here it says limited wholesale case purchases. Effective immediately, we have changed it. Both of these tiers have unlimited case purchasing, so you can buy as much as you want. The biggest difference is going to be the price you pay. So the elite tier has higher membership pricing than starter. But if you are purchasing a lot, if you're spending thousands of dollars every single month purchasing Pokemon, jump in Elite. If you're not buying, you're just getting started out, etc., and you still want to get some cheaper pricing, jump in, purchase the starter tier. Both of them have a waitlist and an application. It's going to ask you to put your card information in while you're sitting on the waitlist. You will not be charged unless you get accepted. We have so many people who are looking to jump in ahead of the Rayquaza set, ahead of the 30th anniversary. If you guys want to get in, the sooner you're in. We're going on a first come, first served basis. So hop on the wait list if you're looking to purchase cases at wholesale pricing under market. The goal is to always be cheaper than whatever eBay pricing is. Obviously, if products are crazy, crazy hot, they're going to be closer to market. If they're not as hot, there's going to be bigger discounts. So just something I wanted to make notice of. And of course, if you guys ever want, just visit my website. Ton of good products on there as well. You don't need to purchase any membership or anything like that. Literally, just buy whatever you want. We got factory sealed cases. We have bundle deals. We have Pokemon. And then you can just shop all products right here. And it'll show you everything we have. So yeah, that's all I have for today, guys. A lot of awesome choices here. Love the split between special illustration rares and illustration rare cards. You can't go wrong buying any of these cards. Some of my favorite picks just to wrap this video up. Love this Steelix. This one I'm super, super bullish on. Very bullish on this Misty's Lapras. And then let's see, for an SIR, I'm probably going to give it to the Garchomp. I just think that this one at this price just makes absolutely no sense, and a super strong buy. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe. And with that, we'll catch you on the next one.